Hello everybody, Miss Germany here again with another multi-step equation that we're going to use our solving equations decision chart to help us with. So our equation this time says z plus 81 equals 9z minus 7. All right, so let's start at the top. Are there fractions or decimals to remove? Nope, no fractions, no decimals, so I'm going to come here to the left and go down. Does distributive property need to be used? Well, again, distributive property means parentheses, and I have no parentheses, so this would be a no. So come down. Are there like terms on the same side of the equal sign? All right, there's that first time we run into that. So we're going to go ahead and draw our line so we can see the two sides of the equal sign, help us out a little bit here. All right. And now as I look at these two, well, this has a variable, this is a constant, so not like terms. Variable, constant, so again, not like terms. So no, I do not have like terms on the same side. So go down. Are there variables on both sides of the equal sign? Well, hopefully you saw as we checked for the last one that sure enough, I've got a z on the left and I have a 9z on the right. So I do in fact have variables on both sides of my equal sign. So I am going to follow the yes, and I'm going to add or subtract, hint that means inverse operation, to move the variable to one side of the equal sign. So I want to make it so I have a variable only on one side. Now, the question is, which variable am I going to move? All right, and this is what my rule of thumb is to always move the one with the smaller coefficient. All right, so when z is all by itself, it's kind of like we have a magic little 1 right here. And so this has a coefficient of 1, this has a coefficient of 9. Well, 1 is smaller than 9, so this is going to be the one I move. And if 1 is positive, so the inverse operation would be to subtract 1z. And so what I do on the left, I have to do on the right. So I'm going to subtract 1z. Now, again, the point here is that these are going to cancel so that my z is now all going to be over here on the right-hand side. And again, I'm not so much worried about left and right. Again, mine is to always move the smaller. It helps me not have negative. All right, so now I have the 81, so I'm just going to bring that down because nothing else was happening. I've got 9z minus 1z, and so 9 minus 1 is going to give me 8z. And then I'm going to bring down that minus 7. And do make sure that you notice that minus symbol is going to be coming down with it as well. So that gave me my moving it so I have variable only on one side. All right, so then here we go. We're to two-step equations. Is there a constant on both sides of the equal sign? Well, I have 81 on the left and I have the subtracted 7 on the right, so the answer is yes. Now pay attention to this wording here. Add or subtract to move the constant away from the variable. This helps you identify which one. Normally we'd move the 81, but it's all by itself. Instead, this subtracted 7 is the one that's on the same side as the variable, so that's going to be the one that I actually move. So it's subtracted, the inverse is to add. So I'm going to add 7 on both sides of the equal sign. All right, and again, the 7s are going to cancel, this time over on the right hand side. On the left, 81 plus 7 is going to give me 88 equals, and I'm going to bring down the 8z that I have. All right, so that moved it away from the variable. Then, is there a coefficient with the variable? So is there a number multiplied by it? Yep, there is. 8, and we just said that's multiplying, so the inverse operation is to do the division. So I'm going to divide by 8 on both sides. Again, I divide by the 8 so that these will cancel, leaving me with just my z. Now it'll be on the right. We'll talk about that in a second. And on the left, I'm going to do 88 divided by 8. Well, 88 divided by 8 is simply 11 equals z. And you can leave it like this, or you can turn it around the way we normally say it and just say z equals 11.